gonna get existential, but it's okay. It has been for like some years now, right? Okay.
Real love, I'm searching for a real love. Real love, I'm searching for a real love. Someone to set my heart free. Real love, I'm searching for a real love.
Hey y'all, so a few disclaimers before the video starts. One, it ended up being super long, so I had to make it part 2. So, stay tuned for that. Or turn on my notifications for when I post the part 2. But basically, I decided to turn this into a series as well because my high school experiences was a lot. Also, all of my different mental health things is a lot. And this is kind of just like a run through of how they kind of tie into each other leading up to like me going into college, more so leading into college the next video. So yeah, I just wanted to give y'all a heads up. Also, it was 420. If you know me, you know I'm rambling, mumbly, saying a lot, licking my lips because I'm anxious and I thought that my lips were dry. They weren't, but yeah, so just be prepared for all that. And yeah, enjoy. Hey lovelies, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. I am Lovely, Amari, AJ, Potato, whatever floats your boat, as long as it's not disrespectful. And this is my channel, and I'm here to make sure your day is lovely, marvelous, and spectacular, because the only things that matter here are you, me, and the arts. And the fact that none of this other shit matters anyway, so we might as well have fun. Let's get into today's video. So basically, I was inspired by my students to come on here and talk to y'all. Honestly, the state of the world right now, like, everything is mad depressing, and I consider myself a beginner adult, and it's a shitty time to be a beginner adult. Like, the way I've been explaining it to everybody is I feel like I'm still at least like 21, or like 20. Like, I feel like, obviously, I went to a party school. Different story. Well, maybe it's a story for this video. We'll get there. But I went to a party school, so like obviously I can drink, but I don't feel like I can order a drink like necessarily on my own. Like, I know what I like now. I know my taste. But yeah, like, I just feel like the year that I turned 21 and everything was supposed to, get lit, a new level was unlocked. Everything was a shit. So yeah, it just inspired me. That inspired me to come on here and talk to y'all today and my students, because if you don't know, I don't know where you've been, because I love talking about my kids. But we've been talking about, self-care and what that looks like. And I've been very burnt out between like work, family, friends, just everything, honestly. And talking to them about self-care, they make everything seem so simple. And I don't know, I remember being, like 16, and it was as simple as taking a nap, like it was easy to just ignore everything and go into my room and go to sleep. But I feel like now in beginning adulthood, it's like I really can't ignore all of this shit, and it's pissing me off. Like, as a Taurus moon, it's pissing me off. But yeah, all that to say, I felt like it may be the time, especially after my last video, thank y'all to everyone that has viewed that video. It is a very important piece to me, and I definitely wanted to get it out during this particular month. For those of you who don't know, it is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And so, trigger warning for that poem, if you do want to go listen to it. It does include allusion to sexual assault, and the last thing that I will want to do is trigger any survivors. So, if you can, feel free to go and watch that, and any of my other poetry videos. I just announced that I am releasing my poetry book. Another thing that inspired me to talk about this. So we're getting somewhere. If you want to help support me, follow all of my social media down below, and I've been posting for crowdfunding to help me self-publish, and also I am taking commissions and performance requests. So boom, support your favorite Black artist. Okay. It was time to come on and kind of talk about my depression, anxiety, PTSD, smorgasbord of problems. Just because I study psychology in college, and I work with youth now, and just seeing how much the current political climate, the current just complete disregard for young people, for young queer people, for Black people, and young Black queer people. I mean, just everyone that makes up at least my community. It's disheartening to come in contact with the youth and see the weight that stuff is holding on them, and relating and knowing that it's part of my job and also part of my purpose to help and to ease some of that. And so with that great responsibility also comes a lot of experience and trauma that I sometimes have to tap into in my role as an educator. And so yeah, I feel like in a lot of ways I owe some of my stories to them, and some of them I feel like what other reason for me to go through it than to share and maybe help some. I feel like a lot of people kind of resonate with that want and desire to help and to fix. And I know if you're a Virgo or a Virgo stellium like me, you know that just like constant want to fix and plan and help and adjust and just further move whatever you're passionate about. And ultimately, I want to start my own art therapy program for young people because of all of the shit I went through as a young person, and literally without the program that I now work for, I don't know what the hell would have been going on with me. But yeah, so it all started, I say, between like 11 and 12. So basically, boom, right? I think it's the PTSD that makes me remember things without sound. So if you know, neurodivergent, gang, and you experience this, let me know, because I've never talked to anyone that experienced this before. But traumatic memories that I remember them without sound. So I I can't really tell you when or like what day it was or like what the weather was or whatever. But my parents told me that they were separating when I was either 11 or 12, one of those. And I just remember it was real weird. Like, both my parents are Libras, so I tell everybody that the ancestors punished them by giving them 3 earth sign kids. So there's me, I'm a Virgo. My little sisters are both Tauruses. And so, yeah, like, I just remember my mom, and my dad were sitting in the living room, and my mom just randomly, like, turned off the TV and tried to explain to me that they were separating. And I'm just like, whoa, like, that got really wild. Like, it just, air signs. It'd be like, trauma, just trauma, like. But yeah, so I just remember, like, flipping out and running upstairs in my room and, like, crying, but like I said, there's no sound to it. Like, it's like a silent movie. It's really weird the way I remember it. And I think my mom tried to talk to me. I didn't want her to talk to me. I told her to leave me alone. She left the house. Then I came downstairs to talk to my dad. He gave me, like, this weird, like, sob story about, like, how he felt bad about something. Like, he didn't have a job at the time. He felt bad about that. But, like, I don't really remember him saying anything about the part where he cheated on my mom. But men, right? Anyway, so I remember that's like the key thing that I feel like was a switch in my brain. Mind you, all of this happened around the time that my little sisters were born, so it was just like, y'all couldn't have did this before y'all had 2 more kids. Like, I could have been dealing with trauma as an only child. Like, now I have to be a big sister to 2 more people, and y'all don't know which way is up and which way is down. Like, that's kind of weird. But yeah, so I was flipping out, whatever. This is probably like the beginning of my angry phase. Like, I thought that I was an emo kid, blah, blah, blah. I used to wear those lace gloves, like, from Claire's. I want to tell y'all I wore a lot of black, but I didn't. I just wore a lot of black accents, because I'm really a colorful ass person. But I was like, I'm an emo kid in my head. And, like, I started to comb my hair like Justin Bieber. Like, it was like this coconut. It was awful. Anyway, but yeah, so I was the emo big sister, and then I got to high school. Bad vibes all around. So honestly, if I don't do a series on my high school, I'm just doing it injustice, because it's really no way to explain my high school. We'll be here until the end of time if I tried to put everything about my high school in one video. I honestly plan to write a book about it, but we will get my poetry book out the way first, and then I'm writing a tell-all. But my high school was a shit show. And I really don't even have to explain that much about it, because it's closed. And it closed the year after my graduating class. Mind you, I was the first class in the school. It only had 2 graduating classes. Before it closed. So, not really much else to say there. But yeah, I get to 9th grade. It was my nerd phase. Like, it was my nerd phase. I saw this TikTok the other day. Oh no, it was today. This girl was like, I live my life in phases. I was like, I feel this, sis. Like, I was oh god, suspenders down, two ponytails, like headbands, just oh god, it was just so terrible. But the world was on my shoulders and I was okay with it. I was like, I'm gonna take the world by storm. Like, I'm gonna do so well in high school that I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, fuck everybody. Like, and I was at the top of my class. Like, I was at the top of my class for a while. I think I was fourth when we like took the test. I was in top 10, top 12, top 12, I think. And they had us in this little weird ass room. Like, it was just, like I said, we're gonna make a series. Anyway, so I get to high school. It was cool. Like, it was cool. I reunited with my best friend to this day. Shout out to you, Desi. I love you. And because we were friends in elementary school and in middle school, and I went to Catholic school for a year, and then we ended up going to the same high school. So yeah, it was cool. It was interesting because, like I said, my high school was just weird. Like, it was like a social experiment. It was in an office building, and that's what it felt like. And I was like meeting people for the first time that was like, okay, this is like I had crushes before. I felt like, giddy or whatever for people before. But, it's high school. Like, hormones are there. It's like, it's a lot. So, whatever. Basically, I started to like this one person. And, woo child. First of all, this is just so perfect because it's Taurus season. It's literally 420. I hope that y'all, but yeah, so literally I started to like this person. Bad vibes. Taurus, terrible. Do not recommend. Taurus women, okay. Like, I had a falling out with one of my Taurus friends because she just had, conspirized in her head too many times that I was against her, and really I was like the only one rooting for her in her life. But that's a whole different story for a different day. But I'm a Taurus moon. Like, I see you. Like, I see you because I feel how you act on a regular basis. So when Tauruses try to play me, it's just like, I see you. Also Scorpios, because that's a sister sign to my moon sign. Like, I see you. I see you. Like, don't play with me. Like, you're lying. I can smell it. So, but I was a little stupid back in the day, so whatever. Low-key fell for a Taurus. That was dumb. Like, okay, we realized that was a hot ass mess, and whatever. Like, I was still doing good in school, blah blah blah. I get to 10th grade. What the fuck? Now, suddenly, my best friend's best friend, or my best friend's boy best friend to this day, he's an Aries. He like, to this day, I don't know if he was like playing or whatever. Like, we was in 10th grade, I don't know, but he used to try to talk to me, and then this other boy who later ends up being my boyfriend. Spoiler alert. He was a Libra. He tried to talk to me. So I don't know. I don't believe in regrets or whatever. But literally. See, no, because I can't say I did the wrong thing, but, Libra, Aries, that seemed like hell and hell, so I don't really know. Either way, I ended up with the Libra. So, me and the Libra started talking, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it was cool. So, by this time, going into, we was talking for like a year or like 2 years. I don't know how time works. We've been in COVID years for like the longest. But anyway, we was talking for mad long. Mind you, this man's weird. Like, obviously a Libra, so like he turns into two different people random times. Like, Libras think that they are. Mind you, I'm an astrologer. I'm certified to do this, to read you this way. But literally, Libras, I know that y'all feel like y'all are like the Libra scales and like y'all are like this, but to me, Libras are the Libra scales and y'all be like this every 5 seconds. y'all don't know what it is. Like sometimes y'all's angels, then sometimes y'all turn into the devil. I don't know. But yeah, so he was basically like that. So sometimes, like, not in the beginning, like not in the honeymoon phase or whatever. And plus, we was like kids. But in the beginning, it was just like he would do dumb shit, and I would just be like, "This is really how you think. Like this is how you think. Like why Jesus? I don't understand." But you know, I was stupid. I was a teenager. So fast forward, so we get to my junior year. Now this is when Amari thought that they was a badass. Like I'm like, okay, we got into a relationship. I'm tough now. Like I'm like talking back to teachers. Not that I didn't do that before, because like I said, I've always been a good student. So like I always felt like if I'm smart, you can't say shit to me. Like I was in the fucking, don't look this up. Don't try to figure this out. But I was in the fucking commercial for my school, like on some nerd shit. Like I was like at the end of the year in our yearbook, whatever, I was Miss insert school name here, like in the yearbook, like just nut nerd shit. But literally my junior year, I just decided to wild out. I was like, I got a boyfriend now. Like y'all can't say shit to me. Like I'm tough. Like I'm tough now. But yeah, I think the whole time the Libra, who is now my boyfriend, and the Taurus, who was like my first, like, I used to say first love, but like we don't claim that, because love is reciprocal and not dangerous and toxic and scary. But the Taurus was like my first little crush in high school, whatever. So meanwhile, this whole time in freaking high school time, these niggas, like, not like they was beefing, but like in the Libra's head they was beefing, and in the Taurus head he was a manipulator. So like he would just try to like be fucking weird, like just be fucking weird. So fast forward, we get to senior year. So senior year, I'm ready to go. Like I'm ready to go. Like I said, I thought that I was tough. So like by this point, I'm not like top of the class, but like my school was terrible. So like it really wasn't, you know, that hard. But yeah, I got like some of the highest SAT scores, I'm pretty sure. I got an honor corps when I graduated, blah blah blah. So boom, we get to so at some point, like in senior year, I thought that I was grown, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna start doing the do. So we did that, whatever. It was cool. I don't know if y'all want I don't know. Do people still want stories about that? I don't know. Y'all might want stories about that, because I feel like, especially when people are queer, it's like, how was your first time with a guy? How was your first time with a girl? Da, da, da. I don't care. If you want that, I will tell y'all. Like a separate story, because it was like, I don't know, it was a good experience. Like I feel like people have like horror stories about that, and my first time was cool. Like it was fun. It was funny. Like it was a good experience. But yeah, so like we're in love, blah blah blah. Like it's funny too, because like me and my best friend, like I feel like she's like my friend soulmate. Literally, me and my boyfriend got together in April, and her and hers got together in May, but it was like 2 days, it was like a month or 2 days apart or something weird like that. But yeah, so blah blah blah, we're in love, blah blah blah, go to prom, graduate, and then a month later, mind you, all of this is related to my depression, I swear to God. I mean, you know that, right? Because look at how many men are in the story. But literally a month after our graduation, my friend passed away. So, and we all graduated with him. Like me, all my friends, the Taurus, the Libra, the fucking Aries in the story. My best friend's a Gemini, if you wanted to know that. And so yeah, so I feel like it brought a lot of us together. So that whole like summer before I went to college, we were like very, very cool and tight. Like no matter what, beef, weird shit, whatever. We was all like really, really cool. And yeah, my first tattoo was dedicated to my friend that passed away. And I'm doing a tattoo tour soon, because I'm gonna get a new tattoo. So if y'all interested in that, let me know, because I don't know if I should get more, because after this one I'm getting, I have 6, so I don't know if I should wait and get more or do one and then do an updated one. Let me know. But yeah, so then, all right, we're getting close to the summer, blah blah blah. So yikes, I can't remember. All right, so at some point, so the summer starts going by, and I feel like, I don't know, maybe like my boyfriend at the time was trying to pick fights with me, and it was just getting on my nerves. And at some point we broke up. Yeah, we broke up like a month after my friend passed away. This weird man broke up with me, like really a weirdo. Like what? Because I was going to college. I feel like it was jealousy, but it was giving self-sabotage. Like, but he was like, oh, want to be friends, da da da. I be traumatized, but like I said, I'm a Virgo, like selflessness. I was like, okay, like we can be friends because you're obviously stupid. Like, I'm clearly the guiding force in your life, and you just don't know a good thing when it comes to you. So like, I guess I'll be your friend. I'll give you the grace of having my presence around you, even though you're an idiot. So yeah, so I did that for like a few months after I went to college, but also me and the tourists had like, I guess, made amends, because like it was low key, and not like low key tension, because like I don't know, I'm a loyal monogamous ass bitch. Like in my head, like I don't be playing that shit. But like I said, he's a mental manipulator. So this is where my camera finally gave up on me. It was tweaking the whole video. If you noticed my random shifts in light. But yeah, so stay tuned for the part 2. It will be up shortly. And yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching.